start now. Okay, again. So day 1 and day 2, we discussed about these points. What is Pega and what is its purpose? Pega is for application development. We can develop full stack applications. And what type of applications specifically we develop using Pega are intranet applications. And what is code? Pega has no coding. So no HTML coding, no Java coding, no SQL queries or joins you have to write. All will get automatically generated. But as a developer, you will be working on all of these for sure. And next, what is BPM suite? So, and BPM methodology and its architecture. In BPM architecture, we have business rules database, and business rules engine, and transaction model is process. And Pega is developed based on BPM methodology and its architecture is followed in PRPC. Pega has developed an application development software product following BPM methodology. The product name is PRPC. PRPC stands for Pega Rules Process Commander. PRPC stands for what? Pega Rules Process Commander. And Pega Rules Process Commander, as it is built based on BPM methodology, its architecture should have the same components which we have discussed about BPM. So it has process, it has Pega rules, and it has a rule base to store Pega rules, and it has a process commander, which is a software program, which is core engine of Pega, which will be driving Pega rules from rule base to PRPC environment to achieve required business goals. I did not tell you technically what is a rule, okay, that you will be able to understand maybe after 1 week or 2 weeks, okay, but you know about functionally and processing wise what is a rule, which I have explained. And process is going to define transaction model. Process is going to define transaction model. And on day 3, we have gone through some queries, doubt session and all. And after that, I explained about, I did not tell you about how to install Pega, because for that we have already given you a video. Anyone who blindly follows that video will be able to install. And what I told is, after you install Pega, Java will be installed, Tomcat application server will get installed, Postgres SQL server will get installed along with editor and all. So I have also told you about how to start up, login, shut down the server, and when server is not coming up, what is the workaround to troubleshoot? That also I have told you. See, any one of you, if you have any problem bringing up the server anytime, so June 1st video, if you review, in that you will find the solution. If you can remember, that's okay. If you forget it after some time, June 1st video, anytime if you review, you will get the workaround for server startup issue. Okay, next. So I was also mentioning about the process that we follow here. That is, so we are going to work on project 1 and project 2 parallelly. So project 1 will start from today onwards. I mean, like practical will be on Monday and theory starting today, and project 2 you will be starting after 2 weeks. And then project 3 will be part of post training, as well as project 4 if you want to work on, you can. That is a little difficult, but you should be able to. Okay. And we will be conducting exams regularly, Wednesday evening and Saturday evening, or anytime, whenever it is possible to you. On Wednesday and Saturday, you can take the exam on the respective topic that is completed. These exams will start from this Wednesday onwards, probably not this Wednesday, this Saturday onwards. Okay, because by the time everything we will finalize. And interview once in 3 weeks, I will give you the information about how you have to attend mock interviews and all. So total during this training period of 3.5 months, each and every student must be giving 4 interviews, and you should be scoring 7 or more. So prepare well from day 1 itself. Okay, including demo topics. That is also part of the subject. And the auto insurance project we are going to start looking at, and what will be provided with you. And every day theory documents you will be receiving, practical documents with screenshots you will be receiving once class is done, and recorded video view only access for 6 months from yesterday onwards, that will be calculated and that will be shared to you. It will take some time, like immediately after the session you will not get this video. maybe it will take around 4 to 5 hours to get that video accessible to you. Okay, that will not be uploaded to YouTube. YouTube we are uploading only for first few days. Okay, later on it will be a drive access. And what is the bulk content that I am going to share you? We are going to share you after you enroll for the session. That is interview question and answers topic. Interview question and answers topics we will be sharing you, and topic wise. So suppose we have 50 topics, you will receive 50 documents. Each document will have some number of questions and answers. 75% to 80% of questions will come from the same documents. And also we have YouTube videos for reference where we have again interview question and answers. And real interviews that have happened with audio recorded files, we'll be sharing around 12 to 16 real interviews, audio recording files. And basic interview question and documents also for reference purpose like definitions and all. And audio recording of sessions of multiple topics. There are audio recordings available on different topics, explaining about topic in a shortcut. So you can listen to that audios also whenever you have some time. And that's what I would like to tell you. And today we are going to discuss about, this is the beginning of today's session. We are going to discuss about Pega environment as an introduction and operator ID, application and types of applications. Okay. So good to start everyone. Online students, are you good to go ahead with? Clear so far? You can review back this document. I will post this today. This theory, I mean like class notes also, these points and all. Okay, fine, thank you. So we can start now. And before we start, let me tell you one more thing. Classroom students are coming on time. 90% of the 95% of the students are coming into the class on time. That's well and good. Okay, but few students, please make sure that you will be available at 6:55, not at 7. 6:55 you come here. Once you come, get into the classroom, sit and relax for a while. Don't think about anything. Okay, start with a fresh mind. The same is for online students also. 5 minutes before itself you connect. I will open the meeting daily 15 minutes before itself mostly. So if you have any doubts or any questions, come here. That 15 minutes we can get clarification on your doubts. But you don't need to wait till next day for clarifying your queries. We have a process. We will create WhatsApp group and all. Your queries will be sorted out there. Understand? So let's go ahead and get into the point. So the subject and all. So here you go now. See, you know how to start up the server, log into Pega. You know default credentials. Anyone who follows installation video and finish installation, they know about all these things. Okay, you can watch that video ending. You'll have default login credentials to log into Pega are administrator@pega.com and password is install. This is how you will be logging in. These details are provided to you. The first thing is, so far we have done 3 days, right? So what is PRPC? PRPC stands for Pega Rules Process Commander. I know the abbreviation, but what is its use? What is its purpose? Pega Rules Process Commander is a development environment. So how do you develop applications? We develop applications without the need of coding. No coding. Okay, no coding with respect to UI, business logic, and SQL. Related to all of these, you don't need to write any coding. Apart from this, there is another biggest advantage of Pega over any other BPM tools in the market. That is, it has built-in means ready-made. It has ready-made functionalities available in the system. Okay, we can use it. You use these functionalities while developing our application, our business application. See, what type of ready-made functionalities will be available in Pega? See, Pega cannot guess about all different businesses that are there in this world and cannot come up with each specific business related solutions, which is generally not possible. But even for that also, Pega has frameworks. We don't need to bother about those frameworks now. Okay, we have to learn core Pega. But I was told if you become tech lead, you need hands-on coding. If you are a tech lead, you will never agree someone to code. Okay, please understand that. Okay, if you are working on 6.1 version or before, maybe you need to go for coding. Otherwise, there is no need. అతను ఏంటో చూడండి రమ్మనండి ఏ క్లాస్ అడగండి పెగానా ఏంటో ఓకే సో హియర్ యూ గో నౌ జస్ట్ త్వరగా రండి సో హియర్ యూ గో నౌ కూర్చోండి సో హియర్ యూ గో నౌ see we are going to develop applications using Pega where there is no coding. Everything is form based programming model, means in the UI you will drag and drop and do all the things. See, suppose if we are being given with a business requirement, the requirement I will tell you, just try to imagine. You might have accessed this many times. Let's take known application. Let's say Amazon application is there. In the Amazon application, you follow certain steps to purchase products. After the product purchase is completed, you will be displayed with a screen. There will be a screen displayed about complete details about your transaction. Payment is also done. And when that screen loads, at the end of the transaction, you will be receiving an email about your transaction details. Okay, so that email will be sent once after you perform an action of completing the payment for the products that you are purchasing. So how this email will be sent? So is this something a person is going to draft an email and send you? No. Then is this something Amazon application itself is sending you the mail? No. Amazon application cannot send email. Amazon application can initiate a task which is responsible for sending email. It has all the content, body of the content, to whom it has to send email and from which email address it has to send, and subject, body, everything Amazon application will have after you make the purchase and all. But Amazon application doesn't have the functional feature of sending email. So email can be sent from email servers. What is that? Email servers. Tell me some email servers that you know about. Huh? Joho. Okay. What are the email servers that you are aware of? I am not asking about the protocol. The provider names, if you tell, that is fair enough. Email service providers. Gmail. You don't have Gmail. Why you are thinking so much?
Gmail.
You have Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo Mail, Outlook. There are so many email service providers are available. They'll be using some protocols and all. That's not a big deal about protocol to discuss. So email server is required. For email sending email, you need email server. Now what Amazon application is going to do? Amazon application at the end of the transaction, it will provide the details to the email server. What are the details? Email account ID, password, and email account to email address, subject, body, content. Once this is being sent to another email server, email will be triggered from that particular server. So two systems are connecting. Here connecting is not a big deal, but the point is, in order to, so now Amazon application to be communicating with email server, for this we need to write a program for this communication. Correct? A program should be written to communicate with an email server from our application. If you are creating .NET application, you will write as a developer. Java application, you will write as a developer. But one point here is this email integration part. This is called email integration part. Suppose it is not only Amazon application, in a loan processing application, in an insurance application, and in many different business sectors of different applications, we have a feature like this to be used. Yes or no? We need a feature. At some point in time, your application may have to interact with an email server and send email, not only for Amazon business. That means this functional component is very generic for different types of business applications. Yes or no? That component what you write to integrate a server, application server with email server, you are writing some business logic coding for that. That component can be used by Amazon, can be used by Flipkart, can be used by HDFC, can be used by ICICI, can be used by Humana, can be used by United Healthcare. Any client can use in their business application. Component more or less will be same. Little bit of changes may be required, but more or less it will be same for everyone. This is a generic functional component. This is one example. Like this, there will be so many different generic functionalities that are required for different sectors of the business. So Pega has identified all those and created so many functionalities and provided with the system. That means when a client purchases the license of PRPC, they will not only be getting no code software development product, but also the product will have built-in functionalities already available. I will show you one functionality. Send email notification. Send email notification. I'm sorry, I misspelled it. Send email notification. Okay, you don't need to bother about what is written inside. As a developer, suppose you are being given with a requirement, you have to implement email integration part. As a developer, what you should know is, okay, the system has this particular send email notification functional component ready-made available, so I don't need to create it from the scratch. And you need to know about what are the parameters to pass. To email, I have to give this component. From email, subject, message, password. If you provide all these things, it will be sending email notification to someone. Okay, like this. Now to implement or to work on this, it will not take more than 5 minutes. If you are writing the code from the scratch, it may take even 2 months. Why 2 months? Because it may take 1 week or 10 days, but after that you have to optimize it related to different mail servers, mail protocols. But this is generic one. It has been created by Pega since long back. It was being modified, and still modifications may go on as you have different changes that are coming up in the email servers. Okay, but the product you don't need to create. The functional component you don't need to create from the scratch. And also no coding also eliminated here. You don't even need to go with form based programming model. Just you need to know that there is a component available and call that component where on click of a button you call it. Okay, the moment you click on button submit at the end of the screen, this component to be invoked and give all the details to email, from email, password, subject and message, all that. Then it will send email notification. It will not take more than 5 minutes. So this is how, this is the biggest advantage of Pega over any other BPM tool. Okay, where Pega is going to have ready-made functional features which can be used during your application development. Understand clear? That ready-made functional features are built-in functional features. What do we call? So we call those as OOTB. What do you call it? Ready-made, or you say built-in. Built-in means already available in the system. You call it as OOTB. In technical terminology of Pega, we are calling it as OOTB. Stands for out of the box. Out of the box. Out of the box means out of the box functionality. Suppose if I say out of the box functionality, which means that the functionality that is already provided along with PRPC software, that is called as out of the box functionality. This terminology you should start using going forward. Okay, so that is about Pega PRPC tool. Pega PRPC tool is used to develop business applications and run the business applications, as well as with no coding, as well as we don't need to as well as it has ready-made functionalities or OOTP functionalities provided available for so many generic functionalities. Clear everyone? Next point you see here. See, if you wanted to develop some business processing mechanism digitally for your business, then you are going to use some technology and build your application. You are going to create what? Your application is going to be created. So if you want to digitalize your business, today your business doesn't have any digital product, no website, nothing and all. So you are manually running, but you wanted to automate with the digital processing. Then you need to come up with one application. Suppose years back, okay, when I was in maybe 4th standard, 5th standard, like that, in order to pay electricity bill, I used to go to electricity department and stand there in the queue for 4 hours to 5 hours. Okay, and then I used to pay electricity bill like that. But later on, some digital system departments have started, like Me Seva, E Seva, electronic Seva services have been started. So once that is available, I used to stand in the queue only for 1 hour, half an hour to 1 hour. But today, if I want to pay electricity bill, I can open Phone Pay app or Google Pay app and I can do it within 2 minutes without going anywhere, right? So this is what digitalization. So if you are digitalizing your business, the things will be easy for us to take on. So now, if you are creating a digital product, that is a application, that is an application. If you are creating a business application using any technology, you are going to create it for some purpose, maybe social media communication or business processing purpose or a digital content display. Like the different needs can be fulfilled by different technologies by creating digital products. Those we are calling as applications. Those we are calling as application. Pega is intranet application. Can we expose Pega application to the internet for general user? Yes, you can expose anything. Pega is intranet. You can even expose to internet, no problem. మీరు ఈరోజే ఫస్ట్ క్లాసా? ఓకే, 7:00 రావడానికి ట్రై చేయండి. ఇప్పుడు వచ్చినా వేస్టే జనరల్ గా మాట్లాడితే. ఓకే, సో నౌ హియర్ యు గో. Now Pega application, the application, we are discussing about application. What does an application contains? See, application contains different functional components. So application is container of all the functional components. See, Amazon application is there. What are the different individual functional components available in Amazon, which we can make an observation? Account creation functionality, product search functionality, product display home screen functionality, and checkout functionality, payment processing functionality, and product delivery functionality, tracking and delivery functionality. Like this, there are so many different functional components are created and kept inside one roof, that we are calling it as application. Application is a container of different functionalities. These functionalities coordinate with each other and work together. Yes or no? No functional component is going to be independently functioning. One functional component will run, it will give some inputs to next component, and it will give to next component. Step by step it will be done, connected, everything is. So application is going to contain some different functionalities. So if you have an application, inside application what will be there? Some functional components will be there related to that particular business. Okay, now coming to Pega, I already told you a few minutes back. Pega rules process commander environment, we are calling it as a tool. It has some built-in functionalities ready-made available. That means, can I call Pega rules process commander environment also an application? Because it contains so many this is one functional component which is available in Pega rules process commander environment. Like this, there are so many available. Okay, you'll be learning going forward. So a number of different functional components are provided in an environment called Pega rules process commander environment. So that, can I call this Pega rules process commander environment as an application instead of a tool? Can we call it? Why no? It will be processed. I told it will be for processing purpose also. It will process. It will process. It is going to do the processing as well, right? Not only development, processing also will be there. And you have some functional components available. Can we call this as a application? Online also you should respond on the chatting window. It's not that you simply sit and idle listen just simply like that. Chatting window, at least you need to respond and you need to speak out, all of you. Are you clear or not clear? Are you following? Then be active and be loud. Why are you so calm and down? Be active and be loud. Is that clear? Yes. Okay, fine, thank you. And here you go now. See, Pega rules process command is a tool. Okay, now we come to a conclusion that it is an application because it contains so many functionalities. Based on application definition, we came to that conclusion. Okay, so you are being let's say we are a development client, we are a company like TCS, we are getting some requirement from some other client, business client, about developing an application using some technology or Pega. See, you can develop the applications, create all the functionalities and run the business and show the business client, and then that can be running live. Okay, that can be running live. See, the functional components when you are developing within an application, you should think about the future expansion of the application. See, today you are going to set up one restaurant. For example, you had set up one restaurant in Hyderabad. Your restaurant is running pretty much good and all. So you want to set up one more branch, maybe somewhere else. Okay. At the initial times when you set up a restaurant, you might be struggling for 1 year to settle down. Yes or no? So you will define some process when you set up your restaurant. You will make so many changes in your process by the time it gets settled down. After 1 year, the pickup is very good and you have streamlined a lot of process elements and all. Okay. And now you are going to set up one more branch for your restaurant. That means you are extending your business. When you are extending your business by setting up a new branch, are you going to struggle the same way how you have struggled for the first time, or it will be easy? It will be somewhat easy. How come it will be somewhat easy? What is going to be made easy? How it is going to be made easy? Sorry.
Previous experience.
Process is set.
It's instead of saying experience, yeah, say something.
We will have
Yes.
the functionality.
Process is
What
defined.
is the processing or the design we implemented at first setup? The same we will again use. We will reuse. We will reuse the same
Process of
setup points
approach.
and the process and everything, setup, process, everything. What is already been applied, streamlined, that you are going to use it next time, and it can be done quickly without redoing again. You don't need to redo it from the scratch again. Yes or no? Okay. So first time for the design and all, architect and all, it has taken almost 3 months. Second time, same you will use, not even 1 minute. The same you copy paste and apply, reuse it. Understand? So that's called reusability. That's called reusability. This reusability is going to avoid doing a redundant task. Your redundant means copy of the same task again. You don't need to do from the scratch. Okay. So whenever you are developing or setting up your application, see, this point is common if you are working on any technology, not only Pega. This application and then whatever the reusability point I'm going to tell you, this is pretty much common. Okay. Now you see. See, if you are going to develop application today, there will be n number of functionalities. In that functionalities, we have generic functional components, generic functional components, and specific functional components. Specific functional components. See, any business is going to have, may have different lines of business, different lines of business. Maybe people who are already working in IT industry might be already aware of all these things. Okay, don't get bored. Please listen to it, because I have to start everything from the scratch and it will be taken forward like that. There can be different lines of business. See, you have a business. Let's say, for example, there is an insurance business. Entire business is insurance. Can you tell me different lines of business that an insurance is going to may have? Health insurance is one line of
Health
business.
insurance, auto insurance.
Accident insurance.
Life insurance,
Line of
accidental insurance.
Yes, life insurance is one more line. Home insurance or property insurance, commercial property, and insurance are different things. Even it can be extended. You are not only going to set up, suppose today you are going to set up a business, insurance business, where you are going to function only in auto insurance. For example, you should not be creating the functional components just keeping focus only on auto insurance. You need to think about the future. Okay, in future, if I am going to get into life insurance, health insurance, and all these, within this auto insurance today, what are the common components, common functional component, which I can use in auto insurance as well as home insurance as well as life insurance? What are the specific components that are related to only auto insurance? This idea should be there to you. Okay, business will have this idea and business will give you knowledge. Okay, these are specific, these are common and all. Accordingly, you will create at some places, okay, in your application. So common functionalities will be there, specific line of functionalities will be there. Suppose if you take auto insurance, insurance as a business, and in that you have auto insurance and you have health insurance and you have home insurance. Can you tell me a common functional component? When I say functional component, that may be user interface functional component, business logic, or database, anything. Usually you can easily guess UI. You can easily guess UI screens. Tell me some common functional components and generic functional components related to all these three. First, like common, you tell me. What are common UI screens? You consider, imagine some screens. Common UI screen which is needed for all of these three.
Select basic
Plans
information.
or policies.
Person's details.
Customer,
Customer details. Personal details
any
of
type
the
of insurance. Correct. Customer registration means personal
Policy
details.
plans. Policy plans.
Yeah. Okay. I'll come to that. So we'll go very simple things. Customer registration is needed even if you are insuring auto or you are insuring health or maybe home. But there should be a person who is responsible for this. The customer registration is required. Customer registration screen, is it generic or specific? Generic one. Okay. Generic. Which can be used even in future if you extend business, no need to create again and again. So this is generic component. And tell me any other generic component. Send email. Just now I told you, right? Content may change, but overall template, this email integration functional component will be same. It is also some. And payment gateway screen. Payment gateway screen also same. These are generic. Tell me some specific only that will be available in auto insurance, but not in health and any other. Vehicle details. Health, it is very easy. Copy paste. Tell me.
Medical
health,
history.
what is
medical history.
Health information of person. Home details, property details.
Proper information.
Property details. These are one we have taken. Okay. Coverages may be different. Here coverages screen is there. Coverages will be there all three, but for each of these coverages screen have different values. Yes or no? Home coverages are different. Health coverages are different. Auto coverages are different. Data is different. Maybe screen template can be same. Template you create here, data you bring from here and load. Okay, possibility is there. But see, when you are developing an application, it will have definitely some common functionalities and specific functionalities related to specific LOBs and some common functionalities of entire business. Today I have 3 lines of business. Tomorrow if I extend to 10 more, these common functionalities may be useful. So this is how you need to think about setting up your identifying your business functional components and divide them into common and specific. Okay, common functionalities you are going to create in separate application called as framework application. What is that? Framework application. So framework application contains common functionalities. I will write down at the bottom. So there are 2 types of applications. How many types? 2 types. Sorry. So one is framework application app. Second one is implementation application. See, whenever you are going to set up your business as a digital product by creating an application, you can create one application and create everything in that application. Your business will run fine, no issues. But it is a best practice that you create your application, your business, you set up your digital product for your business as 2 applications. How many applications? Minimum 2. In the 2, definitely one will be framework and it may have 5 applications, 10 applications. Rest of all are implementation applications. Minimum 2 means 1 framework, 1 implementation. So create all common functionalities in framework application. And what about this one? Specific functionalities you create in the implementation application. What is the advantage? Suppose I am going to create like this. Creating like this, what will be the advantage? So what are the advantages of setting up your business application to have minimum 2, not 1? See, with 1 also it will run. But what are the advantages if you are going to follow this structural setup? It is up to the business, they can set up or not. But it is the best practice to set up like this in any technology if you're creating business, and even in Pega also. But there are some advantages. See, common functionalities. Yes, I'm sorry, I'll tell you. Common functionalities can be shared or accessed across all implementations. Without the need of creating again in the implementation. We don't need to create again. If it is there with framework application, it can be accessed. I will show you diagram. I'll draw a diagram and show you. Just hold on. Actually, diagram will be available already, but still. So this is framework application, and on top of it we have another application. This is how connecting your implementation application to framework application you will create. While creating, to set up framework application standalone you created, and connecting to framework application, linking to framework application, you will create implementation application. That's the process we follow. Framework application. What does framework application contains? Common functionalities, and this is implementation application app. It will have specific functionalities of line of business, specific LOB functionalities. Okay, see, this application can access, so implementation can access the functional components that are available in framework. It can take all that. Okay, when you have linked like this. Clear, everyone? So this is the high level information. So that's the point. So if you are going to create an application for your business, create two. One is framework and other one is implementation. Framework application contains common functionalities which can be shared across all implementations. Implementation application contains specific functionality which can be used only within implementation app. It cannot be shared. Okay, so what are the advantages like this? So I told you it can be accessed. No need to create again and again. Same functional component, no need to recreate. Suppose I have one more implementation I'm going to set up tomorrow on the same framework. I can share it, I can access it directly without recreating it from the scratch. No redundancy. I mean, like, you don't need to do no repetition of task. I'll write down no repetition of task. Okay, plus what is the other advantage? See, remember one thing, these two are two different layers. Yes or no? Suppose imagine a cake, I mean, like slices. Slice 1, slice 2. This is called application layer cake. What is it called as? So you can take this piece of cake separately out, you can take this piece of cake separately out. Why I am saying this, I will explain you in a few minutes. No repetition of tasks, again and again you don't need to do the same task. Okay, and next, what are the other advantages? Reusability. Most importantly, your business can be easily extended. What is that? Ease of extending business. Ease of extending your business. You can expand your business easily. No need to do everything from the scratch. Previously, it took almost 1 year. Now within 15 days, I have set up the next branch. Understand? Clear, everyone? So this is the process to be followed. So if I have given you a requirement to create application, telling you some business and line of business in that, if I have given you a requirement, how many applications you will create? 2 you will create definitely. One framework you will create first, then while creating implementation, you will connect implementation to framework and create it. Understand? Connecting to framework, you will be creating implementation. Practically how to do, I'll tell you. Apart from these three, is there any other advantage that you can guess?
Data privacy and integrity.
That's okay, not too depth, just an outline. That's okay. That's what ease of extension means. All that will come. Easy to maintain profit. You will make financial. You will get a financial benefit. How you will get a financial benefit? Let me explain you. I told you, right? These two are two layers. So I had set up this. I can have a copy of this framework separately available with me, right? I have a copy of framework. Imagine there are different banks. Oh, let's go back to 20 years back, 25 years back. Okay. So 25 years back, there was no credit card and all. Okay. Credit card has been, okay. Banks have thought of this credit card idea. They wanted to come up with a digital product which can issue credit cards. the idea has to be implemented. Now all banks have started development. There is a company, let's say Bank of America is there. Bank of America has developed within 3 months. The credit card application developed and they are into the market. Okay. Even other companies, other banks are still in progress of developing it. Let's say now Bank of America, when they develop it, they have developed it like framework and implementation. Common functionalities of credit card issuance process, everything they have maintained in framework, and implementation means their logos and their offers related, all that they have created in implementation. See, any bank, if they have this type of what is this credit card issuance application, more or less the functionalities will be same, almost 80 to 85%. Yes or no? The bank related offers will change, bank related logos will change, and few other details will be changed, but 80 to 85% same or not, because they have created in framework. Okay, they have taken this product separately, copied this product separately, and they went to banks. They told that we already have a framework built. Okay, so instead of spending money again by you on development, please purchase this framework product. We can sell you for less cost on a subscription basis yearly, and so that you can come and get into the market instantly, quickly. You don't need to wait for 1 year. Okay, long duration. So like this, they can sell this framework in the market to n number of people. Yes or no? So they will get so all their development investment, everything they will be getting, and yearly subscription amount also they will be getting. That will be a huge financial advantage. So if you are creating application, if you create a framework application in Pega, your company may register with Pega systems for the authentication purpose and all authorization purpose of this particular product. Along with them, both of you combinedly can sell into the market for other clients. So you are an Accenture, you have developed a framework, register with Pega, and both of you together, okay, 25% to you, 75% to me, as I have developed. You sell into the market to different clients. Whatever the development investment you had spent, you will be getting back it after within few years. Okay, that will be generating money in a long term. Yes or no? So that's another advantage of creating and going with this particular structure. Everyone clear about what is framework application, what does it contains, what is implementation application, what type of functionalities it contains, and why we need to go with this particular structural design. Are you clear? And including advantages. Don't buy hard.
Sir, how about we go one more time about how does the frameworks work actually? Or
What is
we
that
can
you are asking, expecting me to repeat? Please be specific so that I can repeat. I'm sorry. What do you want me to repeat? Like from here? Two types of application. Framework
yes,
application.
exactly. Framework application.
Framework application contains common or generic functionalities which are needed across entire business or any sector of the business, and it can be shared across multiple implementations. Implementation application is going to have specific functionalities which can be used only within implementation. And why do I need to create a structure like creating framework and on top of it implementation? The reason is very simple. You have so many advantages. No need to do the same task again and again, and reusability and ease of extending your business. If you are adding one more LOB, you don't need to do everything from the scratch. Common functionalities access from framework, specific only you create, it will be done quickly. And financial benefit I have explained few minutes back. Just that is a summary point. Understand? Next, see, you need to think about real world. Don't think about technology as syntaxes and something. Real world, whatever
Excuse
you
sir.
see day-to-day life, take that business, write a framework for it, implementation for it, you will easily understand. You don't forget it. Yes,
So one
please.
more question. So this one framework can be given for a multiple implementation
Yes,
like that.
yes. One
The sharing
framework
can be.
can be given for n number of implementations. On top of a framework, we can create n number of implementations. I'll come to that point also going forward. Next, you see. See, we were discussing about framework application. This is situation layer cake. We call it as situation layer cake, application layer cake. Okay. See, we discussed about framework application. Framework application contains common functionalities which can be used in any different types of businesses, or maybe within one business different LOBs. Now come to Pega Rules Process Commander tool. This tool has already functionalities we discussed, like this can be called as an application because it has so many functional components. Now The functional components that are available in Pega PRPC environment, Pega application, are common or generic. You can use these functional components when you're developing e-commerce application, when you're developing loan application, auto application, anything this can be used. Yes or no? From this
Yes.
point, we can say that Pega platform is a framework application with common ready-made functionalities available. Yes or no? If I don't even have one functional component, I may not be calling it as application. Okay, because it has functional components ready-made available, I'm calling it as application instead of tool. And more specifically, it has common functional components which I can use while developing my banking application, insurance application, any application. So it can be called as framework application. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Application is there, means it should have a name. It should have login ID, password. That's what you are using here. Application is there. Application too must be having. Okay, I'm talking about authenticated applications. Having a login ID, password. Login ID, password. If you have given, you will be redirected getting into application. So now here you go. Default credentials are administrator@pega.com, password, install. Once you use this login ID and password, PRPC will load its environment application by name. What is the name of the application? You can see here on the screen. I am going to Pega platform is the application provided by Pega, which has all built-in, I mean like OOTB. I'll use the terminology OOTB functional components. Clear, everyone? So Pega platform is the functional built-in application which has all OOTB functional components available. See here now. So this is what Pega platform. You can see on top here application, name of the application. See, if I click on this and go to its definition, don't bother about navigation or don't write. Only focus on the point concept for now. Navigation is not required. You can see ID. After I open its definition, you can see ID. ID says Pega rules. ID says what? Pega rules. See, every component in PRPC is going to have two parameters. One is name for display purpose. Another one is ID. ID is for system identification. System will identify this application by ID only, not by display name. Display name is for our purpose. Okay, just to better understand. Suppose you all are students, right? You all have names. I want to uniquely recognize each and every student. Is it possible to uniquely recognize or identify each and every student by name? Not possible. Then what should I have? So I should have to give you ID. So as a student, you have ID as well as name. In the system, when you are there in the academic system, ID, name, the system can identify you only by using ID, not by name. Uniquely, if the system has to identify, it will identify only by ID. ID should not have any spaces and all. Name can have spaces. Display name can have spaces, but ID should not have any spaces. So Pega platform application, its name, actual name is Pega rules. Understand, everyone? Clear? That's just for your information. Only one point is left for today. Login ID and password we are using, right? So in Pega terminology, login ID or user ID or user ID, you call it as operator ID. Operator ID is the login ID which we use to log into PRPC environment to access its applications. And another term is there. Operator means person who logs into PRPC system. Clear, everyone? So operator means the person who log into PRPC system. Operator ID means the ID that operator is going to have called as operator ID, that is login ID. The specific terminology in Pega for login ID or user ID is operator ID. Operator ID. Okay, what did we discuss today? Today we discussed about application, types of applications and advantages, and the term OOTB, and then Pega platform is an application which is specifically framework application, and then login ID, password. Okay, clear, everyone? Operator ID.
Yes.
I'm sorry, not password, operator ID. See, I want to utilize see, if I am going to create one framework application, my application should utilize PRPC OOTP functionalities, right? That means our business framework here, when I say framework, our business related framework, yes or no? Our business related framework application to be created on top of another framework provided by Pega. What is that framework?
Base class.
What is that? Pega
Rule.
platform framework. This is the structure we are going to achieve on Monday. While we are going to practically create applications on Monday, this structure we will be getting. Already Pega platform is available. You are being given with a requirement to create your business application. You are creating framework application. You will create framework application linked, connected to Pega platform application so that it can access the functionalities of Pega platform. And then you create implementation, right? You create implementation connecting to your business framework application. This is also framework. This is Pega platform framework provided by Pega. Generic functionalities across n number of different businesses. Any business application you develop, it has some generic functionalities and some common functionalities related to your entire business. Common functionalities related to your entire business will go into your business framework. Specific functionalities of specific line of business will go into implementation. This is the structure that we are going to achieve on Monday at the time of creating application. Make sense? Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Every one of you. Are you clear?
Yes.
What are we going to do practically?
Yes.
This is just
Yes.
I told you functionally. This definitions also I told you all.
Yes,
Yes, thank you. See, operator ID means user ID that you use to log into PRPC. That is a very common layman terminology. Technically, if I have to tell you, operator ID is an instance of class data admin operator ID, which will have an access group which is connected to an application portal access roles. These definitions technically you will be learning going forward. For now, we should understand. Okay. So for understanding purpose, this is a functional definition. Make sense? So that's it from my end for today. Okay, let me tell you. So today is Friday. In India, it is Friday today. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, there is no class. Okay. And so so this batch started on Tuesday only. We start every time Tuesday only. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, just to demo sessions about explaining about PRPC, BPM and all. Those who have missed last 3 days, on the Saturday, Sunday, watch that videos. 1 hour Saturday, 1 hour Sunday. You watch 2 videos, first 2, and 1 more hour you spend on Sunday evening or sometime, and 3rd video also you cover. And anyhow, today you attended, right? So that will make you align with the regular classes. So, but even if you have missed past 3 days, this will be the first class for everyone actually. Okay. So you'll be able to understand actually. Please share useful video. See, we will be sharing this video uploaded after some time. We'll be sharing to everyone. There is any work on Pega platform, any functionalities? I did not understand a question, Rajesh. Okay. Yeah, that's what. Tomorrow there is no class, and day after tomorrow also there is no class. See, tomorrow you have to go through the past video if possible as a revision, and those who did not attend, try to watch it for sure. And if you have finished your installation process, okay. Otherwise, finish it by today or max by tomorrow at any cost. Okay. By Monday, you should have your laptop ready, maximum. Okay. By Monday evening, it should be ready. Worst case. Creating a framework application mandatory. That's what I told. You don't want to create framework, you don't create, no problem. But what will be the problem if you are not going to come up with this structure? Extending your application will be difficult. Okay, you will be losing those advantages. That's it. It is always a best practice to set up to have framework as well as implementation. See, after installing Pega, I do not suggest you to activate back your antivirus. I do not. Okay, if you activate antivirus when your system is updating, generally this antivirus will find out some files in PRPC, this one, and it will delete. As a result, you will be not able to start the server, and we cannot understand or we cannot find out what files have been removed. So you have to uninstall and install again. All that work you have done will be lost. Okay, again you have to do it from the beginning. Better you don't activate antivirus. I don't even have antivirus in my system. Why do you need antivirus first of all? I don't know. We are not going to access any websites which are unwanted, right? You will be accessing maximum Facebook, YouTube. That's it. Automatically no one is going to send you unless you access it. You access and some unknown websites you access and then provide your data details and all. Possibility is there you'll be hacked by virus and all. Otherwise you don't need antivirus. You don't need to spend actually money on that. Okay. And your network password you don't share anyone. That's it. When we have so many advantages on framework and application, then what is the use of implementation application? Why should not? See, framework is just like a container. Implementation is the place where business transaction will begin. You want to begin a business transaction for home insurance, auto insurance, two different. Are you going to begin two at the same department? No, two at two different departments. Yes or no? Those are implementations. Okay. That's, see, it is very simple. Your application structure should exactly match with the real world. Real business setup should match, your application should match. Business setup has three departments, one main overall monitoring, then framework plus three implementations. Understand? Within each department, sub departments are there. Again, you have to go with the respective one. Okay. See, fees payment, we have already shared you the details. You can pay maybe tomorrow or today, anytime. Okay, max by Monday morning, like that. But see, if you are willing to join, if you are ready to join, pay now itself. What is there in that? Many people have already made their payment. If not today, you have to pay on Monday, right? If you are already holding money, you are willing to join, pay it now itself. Suppose if I say tomorrow will be the last day, after that you will not be able to join. If I am going to say this, last moment you come and say KYC issues are there, unable to transfer money, stuck and all, will not allow. Okay, be prompt, be active, not only in this, everything. Okay, so even subject also same way. So you have to pay even after 2 days or 3 days or 5 days or 10 days. Anyhow you have to pay, you know, right? Okay, so pay now itself if you're already holding money, right? So think like this. You don't need to wait.
Actually, I have a doubt.
Okay, you want to join, you pay and join, no problem. Do we all use the same administrator operator for training? See, the software installed on your own laptop, right? So all of you, this product will give this ID password only. Someone, female student, what was that? You're asking something.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Is the difference between Pega platform and Pega PRPC? Like, why are we saying like Pega platform is the application provided by like
last day and day before yesterday? Day before yesterday and yesterday, did you attend?
Yeah. The process commander is what you have said. There will be Pega rules and this commander.
Did you attend yesterday's session, day before yesterday's session, full sessions did you attend?
Day before yesterday, no, I
attended or
didn't.
not? Okay, watch that video, so you will come to know, because that cannot be told in simple words. Okay, you must be watching those videos, you will get clarity on that. I want to join online and practice in the institute. Yes, you can join and come here, no problem. Okay. See, if you are able to travel here, come and pay here, no problem, or pay online, no issues, as you are connecting online. Okay, I am going to close the meeting. I will take up any of your questions later. Thank you for joining, everyone.